Your household would always be full of people, always you feeding them.
Hello and welcome. We hope you enjoyed the previous episode. We are about to start a new series, and this is an introduction called Have You Inquired? And so, usually, we are coming from the preamble that you've been able to decide who you are going to spend your life with. And so, the question then becomes Have you started asking the questions you need to ask? So, what are some of the questions that we need to ask?
One is the family culture. What do the family do in terms of birthdays, anniversaries, in terms of their social activities, in terms of bringing family members close, in terms of always having people in the house. So these are things that if you've asked God, God says that this is the man for you, this is the woman for you, you should start inquiring. Start not just asking, but using your eyes, your mind, everything to see what happens when you visit them. What do they do? How do they act? I think another one too is our dreams. Everybody has dreams, and I think we dealt with it more in the first episode.
Yeah.
But then, have you inquired about the dreams that they will have? Maybe at a certain age, where I want to be, after retirement, where I want to be. These are things. They are dreams people have. People want to.
Where do I want to stay? Canada or Ghana or Somalia? Mission trip in Mali.
So these are other things. I think that the other one too is family patterns.
Yeah.
Family patterns in terms of health, in terms of the number of children, even in terms of the sex of the children that the people would have. Their patterns. I remember that it was something that I was always praying for, that I would give birth to a male child, be my first, because I realized my mother had 3 girls. We are 3. So it was a prayer that I was praying for. So there are patterns that you would have seen or your partner would have seen in their family.
Yeah. So particularly you can ask about health patterns, diabetes, cancer, blood type. These are things that sometimes you don't pay particular attention
Mental
to.
health.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Also, in terms of health, are there is a history of abuses or abuses in the family? You want to be
Even
conscious
in
of this.
terms of the partner you are with, has he or she been abused before?
Yeah.
These are things that you might think that, oh, it's not necessary, but it will be later in the marriage.
It comes out because there are 3 ways that we learn, and that is we learn unconsciously, subconsciously, and consciously. So there are things that probably you can say when you look at, for instance, abusers. You think that somebody who goes through abuse will not become an abuser, but eventually they become abusers themselves.
Yeah.
So you want to watch how the men speak to the women, how the women speak to the men, and they might think that, oh, he's a Christian. Oh, don't deceive yourself. You want to make all those inquiries and start talking to God about the adjustments that
working
need to
on
make.
these certain things. And one more thing is like to know the purpose of the marriage. I believe that there's a purpose for every marriage, and with that purpose, God gives us assignments on certain things we should do in the marriage. So have you inquired? Have you asked God, well, what are we supposed to do? Are we just supposed to just give birth to children, or we are supposed to do certain things? What is it that you've inquired? Is it that as for you, your household would always be full of people, always you feeding them? It's something you should inquire.
People don't know. Probably you are reserved, and the person you are getting married to, or the person you are married to, is a social person. Are you okay with people, strange people? Oh, today I went to the market, I met this guy,
I
bring
brought the
him to the
person
house.
in.
Can you do something for them? These are all things that you really have to think about, because it's going to play a crucial role in the marriage. When you read the book of Genesis, the Lord said that the woman was brought to be a helpmeet for the husband. So particularly with dreams, what we are saying is that any Christian woman that is coming into a Christian marriage should come in with an understanding that they are coming to help the man to fulfill a particular assignment.
Yeah.
But when we say you are coming to help the man fulfill a particular assignment, don't necessarily think as a Christian that assignment is the man's interest. It's God's interest. So it could be that that interest could be you, the person.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, when you look at Joyce Meyer, you realize that she has a very big ministry,
Yeah.
and you realize that the husband's assignment is to make sure that her ministry succeeds.
Yeah.
So there are marriages like that, and there are also ones where the man has set off on another course, like a business course. Then God brings an interruption. Then he says that, okay, now you have to do this other thing. We talk about Bishop Doug, medical doctor, now turns full time pastor. And we talk about Isaiah Randy or something.
Yeah.
And he used to be he used to call himself the tongue speaking billionaire. Then all of a sudden, God interrupts, and he has to leave all his businesses and move to another place, another location where he doesn't have any assets, from a 5-bedroom to a single room in the village.
So what we are saying is that the woman is supposed to be a helpmeet. That doesn't mean that just following the dreams of the husband, but we are looking at what God is saying for the family, for the marriage. So she will become a help suitable for him. Places that he cannot perform well, you are the one going to help him. So it's like you putting
it's
in.
A complementary
It's
thing.
a complementary.
You know how they say that marriage is like a partnership, 50-50. That's not how it works. Because sometimes you don't even have 1%. Sometimes you are at 0%. The person will have to be at 100. Sometimes you are at 70. The other person will have to produce 30. So don't lock yourself in a social mindset. Like you're a Christian. So allow the Holy Spirit. What we are saying with this particular series is that learn to ask God the right questions. It's very important. If you ask the right questions, you're going to get the right answers. And these questions will introduce you to a body of knowledge that can either make you go, wow, is this what I'm about to do? Or
it will actually give you something to stand on, knowing what you are into, so that you will not just be excited or clueless, but you will know exactly where you are putting yourself into. So I hope that you start inquiring from God. Those of you in a relationship already, if you are married, you have already married, but you can still inquire on certain things that are happening to be able to help you know what to do in situations like this. So I want you to comment and follow.
This is a new series called Sober and Stand.
And we will see you in our next episode.
And let's hear what you have to say.
All right.
Share,
comment, follow. Shalom. Bye-bye.
Peace.